It's no secret that we love t-shirts at Bothering the Band. We love band t-shirts. We even have a t-shirt Tuesday post we do every Tuesday. And we get our t-shirts exclusively from Make a Tee Online. That's Make a Tee Online. Stalk them on social and all the shit. Tell them you heard about them through Bothering the Band. Use coupon code BOTHERME for 10% off. Please go support Make a Tee because they support us. On this episode of Bothering the Band, we have Maria and Matthew of the Portland-based band Maita, and we talk about a lot of weird, silly shit with them. So listen up. Here we go. Follow Bothering the Band on all social media and tell a friend.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you
what's
hear
going
us?
on? Yes.
Okay.
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maria and who
I'm Matthew.
Hey, Matthew. What's up, man? Thanks
How's
for
it
doing
going?
this. My name's Ryan. This is Abby, the producer of Bothering the Band. Welcome. We're gonna ask you a bunch of really stupid questions, some of which have nothing to do with anything.
That
Cool.
sounds great.
Yeah.
And we
Shout out
also have our pug Frank here. If you have any specific questions for him, he tour manages and he's happy to help with whatever he can. Just got to give him a butt scratch virtually.
Okay. So let's just we always start informal. This is how we're already recording. Frank is adorable. I have to ask because we had an internal debate, and then Sarah, your PR, lovely PR person who set this up. How do you say the name of the band?
It's Maita.
Knew it.
You knew
I
it.
won. I don't often win.
Sweet.
I don't often win on this podcast, so it's a big one for me. Are you guys in Portland right now?
Yes, we are.
Oh, cool. Where about?
Like far east, outer southeast Portland.
We're not going to get too specific. It could get weird, you know?
Yes,
But
we don't want the fans like showing up and waiting outside your home.
yeah, unless they bring food.
It's happened before. I spent a summer in, I believe it's called Lads Edition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I do have a soft spot for Portland. We have some killer Portland questions.
Did you get lost a lot when you lived in Lads?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Coming from New York, everything is, pretty much the same. And I definitely got lost trying to find my way to Pak Pak a lot. Is that place still around?
R.I.P. No more.
Man, devils.
Mhm.
That sucks. Okay. What's the oddest musical thing you've ever seen in Portland?
Wow.
That's a good question.
Like a squirrel playing a tambourine.
I mean, we have the Unipiper.
That's true. You can talk about
the
that.
Unipiper. I don't think I've ever seen. Have you seen the Unipiper unipiping?
Yeah.
You have?
We have, right?
When did we do it?
I think we've seen it.
Mm.
Do you know about the Unipiper?
I do not.
Oh.
I'm assuming it's a bagpiping unicycle person.
You got it.
Yep.
Na-
Sometimes he's
nailed
Darth
it.
Vader. Sometimes he's got fire
Yeah.
shooting out.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He
Wow.
makes the rounds from time to time.
Rides his unicycle over the bridges.
Yeah.
He's a local legend.
Yeah.
We gotta Google it. We gotta find a picture of this person.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
When's the last time you went to Powell Books?
So the OG Powell's is the downtown one. There's two.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the one on Hawthorne, which is smaller, but it's big enough. It's
Has a lot of books.
quite large. I feel like I've been there probably right before Christmas. I was trying to do some Christmas shopping. And then I found out that books are really expensive.
I tried to sell them all my old college books a couple years ago, and I didn't go at the beginning of the school year, and they told me that I had to come back in the fall, and they've been sitting in our closet for 2 years because I keep forgetting to go.
And how long ago was college?
It was a while ago.
Like a decade?
It was a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been long enough that I should have gotten rid of them,
Yeah.
but COVID happened, and we lost our our work, and I was like, I need to clear some dead weight, and maybe they're still using these books. I don't know. I didn't study anything with science, so nothing's changed really.
Yeah. You should take them back. Get some money.
I'm gonna
Like
try
$20.
this coming August. Maybe you can remind me.
Oh my gosh, that's
we
so
will.
far.
Yeah.
We'll remind you when this episode comes out in like a month. And
Yeah, just text me and then I'll take my books back.
that'll be in the description on social media. It'll just be like,
Mhm.
Matthew, don't forget.
If anyone is watching this podcast and can send Maita a reminder on our socials in early August for me to return my college books, I'll give you a ticket to a show.
Abby's writing it
Maybe
down.
a t-shirt too. Yeah.
Abby's gonna just do it and take
Okay.
that.
That's
take
like
that
an inside
invitation.
job. I think that's insider trading, but that's allowed on podcasts.
Yeah, there's no regulations. We don't have anyone breathing down our neck. The only thing I will say is you have to take her. She's a bookworm as well. So you got to take her to Powell's.
Okay,
Okay.
She'll go with
Deal.
you and help lift the books.
deal.
I love Powell's.
Awesome.
How many open mics do you think you've done?
Oh gosh. 50? 50?
A lot.
60? I don't know. You think that it's going to be a lot, but when you think about it, it's like once a week. And if you're
Mhm.
going once a week
For a year.
for a year, how many weeks is that? That's
50.
Well, Maria used to do open mics before we met, and then I did open mics before we met, and then
since we've been together, we haven't done too many of them.
but we used to go to open mics at the Laurel Thirst, and
Yeah.
I mean, you got some songs out of that.
Yeah.
But we
True.
always liked going to them.
We'll go to them
Now it's
again.
kind of weird because
They're-
you don't want to share mics with people.
Yeah, we've turned down some shows. When's the last time you did an open mic?
Oof, before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh. So I guess over 2 years ago.
Wow.
2019 for sure.
Yeah.
I think you're above open mics though. You're killing it.
Well, you're never
You're never
really
above
above
an
an open mic, I think, because well, I guess it depends on what your attitude is. If you're trying to go in there and be like, I'm so good, I'm gonna
Mhm.
slay, that's kind of dumb. And then you're actually below the open mic at that point. You are so far
Yeah.
above it that you are
I
so
think
below
we're
it.
both really big open mic proponents, and like people will always ask us like, how should I get involved in the music scene, or like how should I book a show at XYZ venue? And like open mics are great because you meet all the people who are about to come up, and then those people, there's going to be like the 40-year-old dude crying about his divorce, and then but there's also going to be people who are just writing songs, and those are the people that you can network with and book shows with and start your own scene. So I feel like we've seen that happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's nice to just go try out a song that's new, and like don't play your hit. Just if you already have shows, just go play a new song.
Truly, it depends on the open mic culture at said open mic, because some of
True.
them are like
Yeah.
everyone's just like, I'm gonna make it and give me my shot at
When
the
it's like a
mic.
band competition, it
Like,
kind of sucks.
then you're like, this is dumb, I can't be here. But if it's just a bunch of people like, I want to share this song that I tried out, then that's cool.
I am a big fan as well of open mics. I think everyone should do them. It's crazy to me that you have that mix. You were talking about the 40-year-old like talking about divorce or rapping about divorce, where I think open mics like the weirdest thing. You're like, it's free. Here's a pulpit, and you're like, you have a singer songwriter, someone like a poet performing, and then like a crazy person. And this is a true story. I saw someone performing and just eating mayonnaise once. This is in New York.
Yeah.
And that was his whole shtick was eating the mayonnaise while telling the story, but no one focused
Interesting.
on the story.
We
That's
had this
cool.
guy who brought his like, what was it, like a Great Pyrenees
Yeah.
dog on stage, and then the open mic host put a microphone up for the dog.
That was you.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
Wait, for real?
I thought it was
was
someone
him.
else in
No.
my brain. I was like,
No.
someone else did this.
No, you were hosting that week.
I was hosting
That was
week.
him.
Yeah.
100%.
I like to take my sound engineering really seriously.
He likes to speak about himself in the third person.
Yeah. No, I don't. It's
not
been so
unidentified
long that I
person.
forgot that I did that.
Oh my goodness.
Senior
All
moment.
right. Do you ever get nervous to perform still?
Only
60?
if there's like one person in the audience.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
like if there's like an audience of like one or two people, then I get kind of nervous because the margin of potential for failure is a lot higher. Because you know, you can
course.
if you have a room full of like hundreds of people, you can count on like at least a couple people liking it. But if you just have one person, you're like, man, if they don't like it,
I could really bomb.
and they could feel really obligated to hang out because they're the only one there.
And they're just staring
And-
at you.
And then they feel
Ugh.
awkward because they're like, oh, I feel like the band's watching me. And it becomes this whole awkward circle of life.
Mhm.
It's bad. That makes me
All right.
nervous.
How do you sign your emails?
I sign it. Maria, what do you sign it? Yours.
Oh, Matthew.
We keep it casual.
What
Yeah.
about like before that? Do you say like
Oh.
best wishes?
I sometimes do. I do when I'm trying to
See
be
where I'm
cheeky.
going
I say
there?
it.
I do it too sometimes.
I say best. Sometimes I say best, comma.
You should just do wishes. Wishes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could do any of those. These are good suggestions. Usually I say all the best. Best.
What are you going to do after the next album?
Sincerely.
Well,
Hmm.
I just
P.S.
want to, yeah. I don't know. Well,
Thanks.
TBD remains to be seen.
Abby, what do you write in your emails? I think you write best. Actually, I think you just have it set for best. No?
Than what you said. I don't know. I said something a very long time ago. I don't remember what's there.
Do you speak Japanese?
Do you speak Japanese?
I do not
He
speak
doesn't.
Japanese.
I do. Yeah.
You do.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I do.
And then tell me, what exactly is a degree in Japanese wood block printmaking like?
Well, it was technically just a degree in arts, but I thesised on Japanese wood block printmaking and mixed race identity. So I just wrote a big paper that was bound into a book, and I did this big project and talked about it and defended it and presented it and all that good stuff. But otherwise, it was just a bachelor's in art, I guess.
And now it's following you along the internet.
Yeah.
It's sticking with you. You're going to be answering that dumb question.
Well, I know I haven't done any woodblock printmaking since then. It's kind of sad. It's just a lot of work and it's expensive. You kind of need that like grant money behind you to make it happen because it's very costly to buy all the right papers and inks and woods and all that.
So is it like you got to carve something and then like stamp it? Like,
Yeah, so you design the image with all the colors that you want. I think I did like 12 blocks per image, so 12 colors per image.
oh wow.
And so then you have to carve away everything that is not going to be that color for every block. So you plan it out and then you use tracing paper or transfer paper to like transfer the design onto each block and then carve away and then you print them all. And then it's just a ton of work. But
That sounds like a lot of
cool.
work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next question. Real dumb. Have you ever ridden in a Mazda Miata?
Oh, have you? Can you remember? Is that ever a frequently driven? What kind of a car is that? What does that look like? Is that like a
It's a
sports car?
It's a little
Tiny-
hatchback or a little
Yeah.
convertible, right?
Little convertible. I think they stopped making them in like 2004.
Are they always convertibles?
I believe so.
Then no, because I've ridden in like two, and I don't think it was.
I think they're always primary colors too. They're like blue or red.
I
Yeah.
hate convertibles
Why do you hate convertibles?
because I grew up in Oregon. It's never warm enough to
Okay.
ride in a convertible. It's rainy most of the year, so you can't use it anyways. And your
Just molds on the top.
hair just gets completely messed up, and you're the whole time you're just like fighting the wind that's like blowing in your face and like drying out your whole body and eyes, and it's miserable.
And they're very loud. No one talks about convertibles when you're driving on like a highway, even with it up. It's so loud because
Yeah.
there's the thinner roof.
Yeah, you know what would be like, I feel like a convertible would be great if it's like 80 degrees out and you're going like 3 miles an hour. So if you're like in a parade or something, that'd be fine.
You heard it here, folks. Convertibles should only be used for fucking parades.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you
Yeah.
can see, we asked really hard-hitting questions, and I think that question really broke the ice for us. I think
Strong
that
opinions
opened it
coming out.
for real. You dove in. Have you ever had a drink called Malta?
Malta?
Yeah.
Malta. Are these all like questions related to similar words to Maita?
Yeah, of course. Well, those two
broke the
are.
code.
Well,
Those
why
two
didn't you just go for the Mai Tai?
Well, we don't like the obvious questions. What am I? You've ever had a Mai Tai? I'm pretty sure most people have.
I
feel like
don't
people
even
have
know.
asked you that at shows.
I don't even know what a Malta is. What is that? What are the
Malta's
specs?
it's like a caffeinated, carbonated beverage that a lot of Hispanic people drink.
Right on.
I've never had one.
I'm not a big fan, but growing up where I grew up, a lot of Hispanic, and so they definitely tried it.
I see.
Yeah,
That's cool.
you'll see it. It'll be one of those things. Abby, what's the word? Where now you're going to see it everywhere.
Frequency illusion.
There you go.
The frequency illusion.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a lot of Miatas too.
Yes.
We're gonna play a game right after this.
Drink a Malta in our Miata.
Yes.
So if you have a very cool name, Matthew, you do too. What's your middle name, Matthew?
It's Meyer.
Meyer.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your last name? Is it a third M?
It's Zeltzer.
Oh, okay. You got a cool
Fully
name too.
Googleable. Yeah.
If you had to change your name, what would you change it to? And you get points for practicality.
Practicality. Okay.
So you can't be like Desert Eagle Adams or something.
I have no idea.
Oh.
Pass.
Pass.
I'm trying to think.
That's
I'm trying to think.
How many points do I get for that?
Gosh,
Pass is your name.
it's
Yeah.
really hard to think of what you would want your name to be, because you don't call yourself your name either. So it's like,
No.
it's not something that you have to really use personally.
I always
And-
get annoyed at shows, like television shows, because they use people's names so much. And I'm like, no one does that.
I think names are dumb.
Names are dumb because you don't get to pick them yourself.
Yeah. Your parents give you this name. They have no idea who you are. It doesn't mean anything. And then you just like, suddenly you're just Kevin for your whole life, you know?
Oh, man.
I love all the like gender neutral names that people are coming up with and giving to themselves. I feel like they're all really good. Like I like the like names that could be like either,
And then all these
they're
people
neutral.
don't know how to spell their own kids' names too, you know? And they spell them wrong,
What?
you know? Like Kristen, there's like 80 ways to spell Kristen now,
Yes, they're
you know?
But you're gonna spell your own kid's name wrong?
Well,
Yes,
my
it's
opinion.
cutesy. They're gonna like cutesy spelling.
That's
you
cutesy.
gotta
It's
Horrible.
like
You
stick
gotta
figure
s-
family spellings.
Oh,
They all have the first.
they choose.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
you got to stick with one Kristen
Yeah.
across the board, and don't throw a weird Kirsten at me.
Or you can just name all your kids Kristen, but spell it differently.
Kristen.
Like
Yeah.
Kristen,
That's
Kristen.
so hard.
And Christian.
And Christian, yeah.
Yeah, boom. Way to go.
Yeah, I don't know.
You think about your name. Did you ever have a nickname?
Mia is one that
Okay.
my sister calls me Mia a lot. I've always liked that name. When I was a very small child, I really loved the name Jasmine because she was a really cool princess. That was one that I really wanted.
You can have that.
Jasmine. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I like the I like the gender neutral names. Like people are like coming up with like Sawyer and Scout. Like those are like, or like those are all super cool. I like those cool names.
It's funny you say that because my next question is, if you had to choose a Disney princess, which one would you choose?
I don't actually really like any of them personally, but I think I liked Jasmine at the time. But I wasn't a big Disney princesser. I guess I liked Ariel too, like Little Mermaid, even though it's kind of a screwed up story. I was big into the Miyazaki movies, so I was more like on that train in terms of my tough lady
Can you guys hear our dog snoring?
peoples.
We can.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Great.
Let's talk
So
about
good.
it.
Oh, he's stopped.
Put the
He
mic.
makes any-
Let's get the mic closer.
Well, yeah, of course you woke him up.
Yeah.
Oh. It's so cute.
He was trying to tell us who his favorite
Right.
Disney princess is.
It's Moana. What's the last thing you forgot?
I don't remember.
That's a good one.
That's a great answer.
What's the last thing you forgot? That's a good question. I'm trying to think of the last thing I forgot.
You can't remember either.
And that's our podcast, folks. See you later.
I forgot that I didn't take my thyroid medicine.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I so tired?
And that's why we have this podcast, is so fans of yours can really get to know you and know that you forgot to take your thyroid.
I think there's a lot of people out there who would love to talk about their thyroids with me, maybe. Who knows?
I
Just
think
opening that
you
door.
just answered the next question too. What's the last thing you remembered?
Oh,
It's a hard question.
the last thing you remembered, like any time?
There's no rules to this. It could be something you remember to do, or if you left something in the house while you were leaving. It could
All right,
be
my dog's licking up a
a
storm.
friend's birthday.
I remembered. Oh, he's got some allergies.
Wait,
The-
Matthew, you have dog allergies?
I'm just been really allergic the last 2 days. I don't know if it's like this fake spring we're having or what, but now every time anything happens, you're like, do I have COVID? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
And then I had to remember that I get allergies like twice a year.
That you remember?
So I remembered that.
That's what he.
Yeah, I remember that I have
Mhm.
allergies every time I sneeze.
Yeah. Mhm. Me too. I
Yeah,
forgot, and I was
yeah.
like, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
what
get
it's like
allergies
when he's
too.
got allergies.
Yeah.
All right.
Nailed it.
There we go. Do you do Valentine's Day?
No. Well, no.
No.
I feel like we always should,
Mhm.
but it's never a thing because like I feel like there's been a few Valentine's Days where we've played shows,
Yeah,
which is always great. But
we've like sort of done it, but not really.
we also don't really, we're not big holiday people in general.
I feel you 100%. Do you own any camouflage clothing?
No.
Yeah.
Do you own any Carhartt clothing?
I was just buying a Carhartt beanie yesterday.
Did you buy it?
No, because I couldn't figure out which color I wanted.
I have a Cabela's jacket.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But I was on the Carhartt web. I was about ready to buy my first article of Carhartt clothing yesterday. And I probably will tomorrow.
Pulled the trigger. What colors are you deciding between?
I want to get either lavender
Okay.
beanie, or I kind of like the idea of getting like a deep green emerald one. Maybe I'll get both.
I was just gonna say, depending on how much they are, you should just get both.
They're $16.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. About $30 for 2 beanies. You're in a spot where you'll wear them.
Probably lose one really
Mhm.
quickly.
Fair enough. What do you think ants do when it rains?
Go and come into our house.
Yep. Crawl into my
Have a
honey
party.
jar.
Have a party in our house every time it rains.
Uh-oh, do you have an ant problem?
Only when it rains.
Or when it's really
Wow.
hot.
Or yeah, they just
Or
come in.
this morning.
Anytime it's nice to hang out in our house, nicer than outside, they come inside.
I knew that. I did a deep dive on it on the internet, and it was like all, it was a lot of your music and then open mics and ants. That's what came up.
Ants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Who's worse to be stuck next to at a party? A San Francisco vegan or a Portland barista?
Oh. How about
We had
How about a San
roommate who was a San
Francisco
Francisco barista
or
and a
Portland?
vegan, and then she moved to Portland and became a Portland barista. But I don't want to throw her under the bus.
She's cool.
She's cool.
Okay.
I want to say, I'm trying to remember if I hung out with any San Francisco vegans. I'm gonna say was the question which
Which one's more
was
annoying?
worse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who if you like more annoying? Yeah.
I think
This is really attacking our target demographic. So we're gonna
Ours
have to pass.
too, man.
Yeah.
My nickname's Pass, and I'm gonna pass.
Alright.
This is okay. You don't have to answer this. Which city has the, let's say, better stereotype? San Francisco or Portland?
Portland for sure.
Portland right now.
Portland right now. That is the correct answer
Yeah.
when you think about it. Yeah, for real. Because San Francisco is being filled with like tech bros, right?
Yeah, you can take
Yeah.
your little Google bus to wherever.
Yeah.
Oh, Frank.
Abby,
doesn't like it.
I was saying that because Abby gave it like one of these faces. So Portland's still cool. How
Are
do you
you
feel
guys
about?
in San Francisco? Is that where you are?
No,
Oh, where are you?
she's in Wyoming and I'm in Florida.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
wild. We really are divided the country up into some segments.
For those of you who can't see, it looks like Abby's in an A-frame cabin, which is very, very Wyoming, I think.
She is.
I love it.
She definitely is.
I have to keep muting because the roof is sliding over here.
Oh, just the snow is sliding off. Wow.
Wow.
What between that and the dog snoring?
Now he's barking.
Barking now.
The barking was more quiet than the snoring.
Believe it.
What's the last song you listened to?
Last song I listened to was it was really bad. I was doing a yoga class and there's an option, it was online, and then there's an option to leave the music on or turn it off. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll leave it on today. And it was really bad. It was like new Coldplay or something. Yeah.
I much prefer old Coldplay. Old play.
I do too.
So
are
good.
You're not being sarcastic, are you?
I don't mind it. Like that first Rush of Blood to the Head album. I don't mind.
What
that
about
album.
before that?
The yellow one?
The
What's it called?
Parachutes?
Yeah.
That one's good.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
They had so much promise.
They had some promise.
Okay.
I think you just got your Portland card revoked though by saying that.
You know what? I know a lot of people who stand by parachutes. It's like a cool thing to do. It's like Coldplay. You know what though? Have you heard parachutes?
Yeah, I mean,
I
it
feel
was
like
like
that's a
Coldplay
conversation.
and like the Shins and all that stuff at the same time. And then
Yeah.
they were just like, we're going to be an arena rock band. We don't want to hang out with you guys anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, thanks, Zach Braff.
We're gonna
We're going
marry
this way.
Gwyneth Paltrow and
Yeah.
become stars.
Some stars.
Okay.
Wait, what's the last song you listened to?
Yeah.
Well, I've been working on a record with the band today. So just listening to their songs and working on getting some vocals down.
What band? Can
They're
you
called
tell?
Creature Party.
Creature Party.
Yeah.
Write it down.
In Portland.
Portland band.
Very cool. I'm taking copious amounts of notes.
Oh, good.
It's just the words snoring and barking. Do you just hang out in empty bathtubs?
Well, I would prefer to hang out in full bathtubs because I love baths, but I feel
Okay.
guilty about using too much water.
Mm-hmm.
So I only take like one bath every 2 or 3 months. But in the meantime, I like to dream,
Do you remember the really tiny bathtub?
I think he's talking about
Did
that
you see
right
the
now.
really tiny
Yeah.
bathtub?
I'm talking about the key art from Spotify. I believe it's one of.
Oh, that is also a bathtub.
Yeah, but there
Well,
was
I
this really tiny
I was thinking
bathtub
about some other bathtubs too.
on tour a few years ago, and we played this little festival, and they had an RV for the green room that they rented, and it had a bathtub that was like about as big as a farmhouse sink. And so
I did hang out in that one.
yeah, Maria got in that, and I took a picture.
I love baths.
Mhm.
And how often do you drink from the faucet like that?
She does that every day.
Yeah.
Seldom do that.
How do you like taking showers?
Yeah. Why not?
Because
I like showering.
Someone here doesn't.
Why don't you like taking showers?
It's a practical thing. She's like,
They're tedious. It's annoying.
Oh.
Plus, it's always cold where I live.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. Okay. I get that. Yeah.
and she's not like running around getting all sweaty either. So I got to take
I
a
showered before this interview, so you're
Well,
welcome.
you don't smell,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to Smelling Podcast. I was going to ask Matthew something. Who do people tell you look like most?
Oh, that one tennis player. What's his name?
What is his name?
Andy Murray. Andy Murray.
The British fellow.
I guess so. Yeah, it happened once like 8 years ago.
Do you think maybe
and then once it happened, Slim sent me a text, and it's just a picture of Andy
I
Murray.
thought it was a hockey player.
No, he's tennis.
No, but didn't he also have a hockey player?
Oh no, Slim sent me the hockey player,
Mhm.
and then I sent him back the tennis player.
Abby, who do you think he looks like?
I don't know.
He's giving me a Josh Jackson vibe.
Who's
Oh,
Josh
yeah.
Beard.
Jackson? I have a
Oh,
friend named Josh Jackson.
You know what? The thing is,
What if it's
you
Steve
have a
Josh?
I have
lot of beard right now.
I look
Yeah.
a little different.
I think that and there's some shadows.
Yeah.
I get it, but yeah.
On your phone, do you have the red receipts on?
We do for each other, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know.
I didn't know you could like program it per person. I thought it was
Oh
just
yeah,
across the board.
yeah.
I don't know if I do or not.
You do.
Do I?
Yeah.
For everyone?
Oh, for everyone, I don't know.
Again, hard hitting journalism here. What's the last movie you saw?
It was that one about the two people who unplug and go out into the cabin, and then the aliens hit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was that called?
I just saw the trailer for that.
Save Yourselves.
Yes.
Something like that.
Any good?
It's okay.
Okay.
Like, it was cool.
Didn't change my life.
It didn't change my life. I almost forgot about it.
Uh-huh.
I forgot about it until you mentioned it.
It was really cool, though. I mean, I'm not going to give away anything, but what they chose to be the alien was really cool.
Low budget.
Very low
hack.
budget. And if you just decide that one thing is scary, then it's I don't know.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah. The portrayal
that's
of the
cool.
aliens was there was some cleverness to do that in a
Save some budget.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just watched the new Ghostbusters.
How was that?
It was pretty good.
Huh.
You know, Paul Rudd being Paul Rudd.
Oh,
I
didn't
told
know.
someone else that today, and they were like, "There's a new Ghostbusters," and I was like, "There is."
Bill Murray's in it, right?
He does show up.
Sweet.
I love it when he shows up.
Love it when Bill Murray shows up.
Mm.
I have a Bill Murray story.
Did
Have you heard the rumors about him? He just goes
We-
to like parties.
We
and
saw the
shit?
documentary. We
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So I was involved with something in New York called the Poets House, and he was like a major contributor. And there were rumors that he would just show up and like, at poetry readings and stuff. And then one of the people there told me a story that she was walking down the hall and he hugged her and goes, "No one will ever believe you," and then walked away. And then I was bartending at the time, and it completely different people and world. And someone at my bar was telling us very similar story. He was like, "Oh yeah, so I was walking down the street and then Bill Murray hugged me and said, 'No one's gonna believe you.'" And it was just it was like almost on the same day too. Very weird. Shout out to
That's
Bill
weird.
Murray. He's
I
a big
believe
listener.
all of them. I believe all of them.
What was your high school mascot?
It was the I had two because I had two high schools.
Mine was the Trojans.
The Trojans. I think one of them was the Axemen.
Ooh, very Oregonian.
Like Axe body spray.
Yes. And then the other one, I don't even remember what it was. Wasn't a big sports person.
Mine was the Grenadiers. Do you even know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Is that like someone who puts grenadine in drinks?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's what the British soldiers with the big hats, that stand like guard in front of the palace. That's a grenadier.
Wow, they really got creative with just different kinds of
Very stoic
people.
I know. They should just keep it animals.
Yeah, I thought it was all supposed to be animals, and it's just all like, I think my middle school mascot were the Bombers.
Oh wow.
Like, really?
That's
No fighting
awful.
allowed.
It's horrible.
You can't fight in the hallway.
In what
But our
context-
mascot is the Bombers.
But think about it. In what context? I guess with like Axemen, you could be like the Axemen. But in what context is a bomber? Like,
It's like a bombing at an open mic. You're just really doing terrible.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
At what time of the day would you say you're most creative?
Late at night for me.
Yeah, I think late at night or early morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Abby, when are you most creative?
In the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd have to go morning as well. I skipped a question. What exactly does it take to kill a Sunday?
Do you,
Just gotta eat it really
doing
quick.
a weird podcast?
yeah. I mean, do you know? Yeah, the song. Do you know the song? Do you know the story behind the song?
Please tell us.
I woke up in the morning and Matt here wanted to tell me about the dream he had. And so I listened very politely. And then I started to tell him about the dream that I had. And then he stopped me and he said, "I don't want to hear about your dream, because if I listen to your dream, I'll forget about my dream." And I just thought that was pretty, like,
I wanted to write it down. I didn't want to forget it yet.
it was like, it was not equal.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you interrupt him though? Was he first?
He was first, and I let him tell his dream to me, and then I tried to tell him about my
okay.
dream, and then he said, "I can't hear about your dream," and it hurt, and then and then we had an argument.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you kill a Sunday.
Yeah.
And then she wrote a song with two sides of that argument.
Yeah.
Apparently one of them is my perspective, but it's actually Maria's interpretation of my perspective of the argument.
It's a fantastic song. So
Thank you.
The second half of the argument will be out soon.
Yes.
this is another song question without being a song question. Have you ever lost your goddamn wallet?
Oh yes. All the time.
So many times.
All the
All
time.
the time? Oh my God.
I lost my wallet once on tour, and 3 years later, it got mailed to my house.
What?
Yeah,
That is wild.
it was really wild. It was completely useless at that point because I'd replaced everything. But I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that time I lost my wallet.
I would love to know the journey of that wallet. Like, did it sit in a person's home forever, and then he's like, oh yeah, there, I should mail this.
It got like snowed over.
Maybe, yeah. Got buried in the snow. Do you? I'm gonna skip that one. What's next? What's next for you both as individuals and the band?
We as what is my life anymore? What is my own life anymore?
Yeah.
What are you doing after this?
After this today,
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go on a hike with my sister and
nice.
our dogs.
Creature
Yes.
Party's coming back over. We're gonna record some more vocals at our house.
Very cool.
And for the band, we are gonna head out on tour
Yeah.
in a couple weeks. Yeah.
When this comes out, I guess we'll be on tour.
Yeah.
Are you
right.
gonna come to Wyoming and Florida?
It was one or the other, and we aren't
Chose
going to
neither.
either.
We're going to Denver. If you want to,
Meet in the middle.
drive.
Okay.
drive over
Fort
there.
Collins, that's not too far.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say I would choose Wyoming over Florida. So
I've never been to Florida. I'd love to go.
okay.
Yeah.
Where in Florida are you?
I'm in South Florida. I'm by, I guess the closest city is Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Where's Tom Petty from?
He's from Gainesville,
All right, cool.
which is way north where the Gators are. Abby does not like the Gators
Mhm.
because
That's why she's in Wyoming.
Yeah, she went to FSU, which are the Seminoles.
Wow.
That's
Very cool.
wild.
That's
Very, very wild.
great.
Dropped the pen, knocked her
And
laptop off the thing. That's essentially our show, our very fun. Thank you for doing this. Tell everyone where they can find you and find your music and all that jazz. And
You can find us on Bandcamp is where you can order our new album. Maita.bandcamp.com. It comes out on February 18th. And if you go to our website, maitamusic.com, you can find all our tour dates there. We're going to be doing a West Coast tour this February and March. So you can check that out. And otherwise, we're on all the other platforms as well.
cool. Well, thank you so much for doing this. It's such a great pleasure. Again, we love your tunes, and I was rocking out to it all day to get into the mood in the mood for this. So yeah, when this comes out, we'll let you know, and we'll promote you forever.
Awesome.
For real. And I'll listen to Creature Party, and that's our show.
We're still calling.